Hey, good morning, guys. It's Goose. Welcome to STN Stock Talk with Ricky and Goose. Guys, stocktraders.net. We're a leading online trading community. We got free trading rooms there, live HD trading. We're continually adding things every day from our store, that has discounts to, new widgets. We have an incredible community. Really hope you guys come check us out there. Even more importantly to you guys is as we're doing this, broadcast, you guys could sign into there and DM any of us, any of the moderators about things that we're trading or things that you have questions on. Please feel free to utilize us, over there. You get to us by stocktraders.net. I just want to remind you guys that, anything we're discussing this morning, it's not a solicitation to trade or take any of these positions. It's just throwing some ideas and some thoughts at you guys. And that's the whole purpose. Make sure you guys read the disclaimer section at the bottom of the description area. Like we say every day, we're not going to, provide you with, 10 ideas a piece and talk for 25 minutes. We're just here to go for a few minutes a piece, give you a couple quick ideas, and we're always looking for quality over quantity. We understand there's a bunch of things hitting your scan. So on that note, I'm going to have Ricky start us off and turn it over to him, and I'll be back to you after him. But go ahead, Ricky.
Thanks a lot, Goose. Good morning, everyone. It's Ricky Analog. Thanks for joining us. And just want to let you know, I was up earlier than usual today, so I've had 2 shots of espresso, and I'm now sipping my latte. So if it sounds like I'm lit, it's because I am. The market had a really strong bounce back yesterday, and today it's going to be interesting to see if the bulls want to defend the territory they reclaimed. But I do think it's important to note that we have not reclaimed the 50-day moving average yet, so I'm not quite sold on this push back up yet. Anyways, moving on, the first thing on my watch list today is Snap. So they had earnings last night, as I'm sure everyone's aware. You can see that it's popping up and it's breaking over this it's a 6-month base that it's formed here. And I know everyone's most likely short bias on this name, but I'm just going to play a little devil's advocate on it. I'll be the first to admit that they're still fundamentally trash. They burned $61 million a month last year. But I think bulls are excited about the daily average user increase. And from a technical perspective, the fact that we're breaking over a 6-month base and over 17, I would be watchful for a setup where it shows strength off that 17 right after the open and then sets up for a long push. It still has pre-market highs as the first target. Even if you don't take the long, in my eyes, it's always extremely important to know the important levels for the opposite side of the trade. So you don't necessarily have to be long on it, but at least know where longs will be taking over. The next thing on my watch list is FN. This one was up big yesterday on a slight earnings beat. It traded over 7 times its ATR yesterday. And for me, that shows that it's extended enough to start warranting maybe playing a reversal. But it would need one of 2 scenarios. Would either need to set up with 30 acting as a lid and give me a failed push. If it wants to get over 30 though and have the support of the psych round number behind it, then I won't be interested in it short unless it can extend away from 30 by at least $1. At that point, it's going to be the higher the better, and then of course it will need to set up. And anyone that's familiar with my style knows that I stay away from the front side of the moves. I always wait for confirmation before starting in. But if this sets up correctly, I will be walking the room through my trade play by play. So you guys should check it out over there at stocktraders.net. The last thing on my list is Disney. So Disney was another earnings winner the other day. I may be slightly biased on this simply because it's one of my main IRA holdings, but I'm obviously in from a lot lower price. If you look at the weekly chart, this is where it's pretty simple to see this giant coil that it's been forming since about 2015. It may not set up today, but I think it's worth keeping on the radar in the days to come. If this thing does get some legs and can finally take out the overhead resistance, I think it can finally be ready for its next leg up. But I'm not fully convinced that the market is that enthusiastic about their earnings reports. So it's going to be kind of, I think, dependent of 2 things. One, how the SPY is going to trade today, and 2, what the market's overall view is on their earnings. But that is it for my watch list today, and I'm going to turn it over to Goose and see what he's got for us. So thanks, everybody, and here's your main man, Goose.
Hey, Ricky, thanks a lot, man. Great job as always. So guys, I'm going to go through a few symbols real fast because there is a ton on my watch list, and a lot of times what I'll use is the turbo scan this morning. Those in the premium room know what I'm talking about. It's an incredible scan that we use that kind of gets you through the morning spikes and VWAP challenges and stuff like that. But going back to a couple symbols, I want to go through a couple symbols and a quick thought because I have a lot of thoughts, but I'll give you a quick one. First of all, I want to talk about LITE real fast, and I want to show you something on LITE. First of all, on LITE, I'm looking at LITE from a long play, not right out of the box. As Ricky was talking about with the market, anybody, I don't really know how to feel about the market right now. We've had some crazy moves. I've been in this for a long time now, and I can tell you, the action that we're seeing is not normal action. Obviously, everybody sees that. So I don't want to get overly biased on any name. So all three names, I'm going to kind of give you a little quick scenario on. First of all, starting with LITE, I love the action in LITE yesterday. Let me show you. So LITE, we actually played a short right at the open yesterday. Had a nice trade on it, held the open, and just was strong as anything all day yesterday. And I really like that action. It closed above the 50-day here, which is a number that I'm looking at. I think, if I get a wash out of the open close to 50 to 51, I like the long. And, it's hard to say that it would go down as low as the prior close is 51.65. So maybe even in the 51s, I'll be more reactive. But I'm hoping for some crazy imbalance, maybe with the market weakness, that I could buy something down closer to 51. But I'm long bias on an initial wash. And I think this could, push up definitely into this 54 area. So, that's going to be one of my top watches. Adversely, if the market stays heavy and we have that first surge in the morning and it kind of restuffs, I'm definitely going to look for, I made a quick move yesterday, and that's a big move, right? So I will look to fade it off, strength and a double top. So like I said, I have two scenarios on this, but LITE's definitely, on my watch because of how it held yesterday and just, held at this 46.50 level and then pushed. So it was a nice trade, and I'm more long biased, but we'll see what the market does. Moving along, I want to KORS, KORS. Right now it's up $5. You're seeing the pre-market action here where it hit as high as 72. I'm looking at two scenarios on this, and again, it came off the 50-day yesterday, as you could see, closed up towards the 20-day, and it's already, even though pre-market it's kind of cleared this area, I'm not really scared of the short on it. If it makes a big move right out of the gate, on, like I say, an imbalance or something like that, and it makes a big pop up towards 72 or 73 or something like that, I'll look for a quick fade, but I'll definitely scalp it. If I get a buck or two out of it, is a $70 name. So I would look to do that play. And then the other side of it is going to be, you see these little bit of pre-market, the little bit of a you get the high here, a little bit lower highs. But if it washes and holds this 70 area after a couple candles, I'll look for a quick reversal and then trade it back up towards 72. So that's my short-term plan on KORS. And from a bigger picture, if it stuffs a couple times in that 72, 73, and the market's kind of undecisive, I'll look for a little bit longer-term play after 10 o'clock for a fade for another buck or two on that, back down to 70 or 69. Lastly, I just want to talk quickly about WYNN. You guys know, like when it was down, in this, the range, when it was down in this 160 area, we talked a lot about how much I love the long and that, the management and everything going on. It's still WYNN now. And I swear I might have mentioned, if it, a quick move up to 180 or something like that, which would be half the move. Remember, we talked about half the move, 160 to 200, it's $40. A 20-point move off 60 is 80. So actually, that's what I was talking about as far as a 50% move from the lows of where it was going through. So now what we have is we have the stock that's kind of done that rebound. So there's two scenarios on this. We already, Titus made an incredible call this morning above 180. I think he's got +4, +5 on it already. Beautiful trade, but I would love a push back up on that 180 to fade. I just think it's too much too fast. That's all. Not that I don't think that the stock can't consolidate, build above the 50-day and continue moving back up towards 200 in the bigger picture. But I do think that on any strength, I think it could be a nice fade setup. So any pushes this morning up in that 180 to 182 area, I might look for a fade again. If it does happen to wash down at the open, where I would be looking for is the first number. It's right now at 175. I'd be looking at this 171, 172 area to maybe play it off a bounce if it does decide to wash. But I'm not even sure I want to play that yet. The market's going to have an impact on that. Lastly, I'll finish up with this, guys, and this is really, really important. Obviously we see the coin market going on right now, guys, and we've had a bounce of a couple thousand, whatever it is, in the Bitcoin, the XBT. It's like at 8,300 now. I just want to tell you guys, make sure you're looking at these charts. All those Bitcoin names that were runners before, and I could throw up 10 charts right now from the riots and all these different names and NEAT and all these names. They broke their support levels. So, what we say in the room all the time is, support becomes resistance and all that. Just be very, very careful about what your entries are on these, because if they decide to stuff those old levels, you could get really caught on these things and the bids will disappear. And I can promise you guys, you're going to see a lot of those names active. You're going to see the Twitter stuff on them. And guys, just don't get into the FOMO and chasing things and having terrible entries today. Be very, very smart. The market is still, indecisive in my opinion. And I think that you got to let things build, and it's okay to wait, like we talked about yesterday, an extra couple days, let things develop. There'll be opportunities. There was 100 blockchain names out there that all ripped and did this and that. There'll be opportunities, guys. Don't feel like you're missing the boat because today a couple names are hitting your scanner, be it a riot or whatever, any of these things. So anyway, I'm gonna end it on that. I could talk about that for another 10 minutes, but I won't, because I know I'm out of time. I'm gonna turn it back to Ricky, guys. Make sure you stay safe today, stay disciplined, wait for your trade, and let's have a really, really great day today, guys. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Ricky.
Thanks, Goose. Of course, everyone, thank you for your time. We hope to see you at stocktraders.net, where we will be there all day, every day, helping traders, walking people through trades, giving ideas, doing what we do. Please come over, sign up. You will not be disappointed. And don't forget, as always, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the like button, share this, plan your trade your plan, guys. Let's crush it. Peace.